This video has been taking a long time to just record and everything, so I'm just going to take it at one go. Hi, everyone. So, Disney, they're a pretty big company. They do a lot of things. They make a lot of interesting products. They make, well, toys, especially. They make electronic devices, and let's actually focus on that one a little bit. They made radios, they made headphones, they've made PCs. Linus Tech Tips talk about that. They've made phones. Well, they didn't actually, no, they did for a time. I think that they like collabed with like a mobile phone company and then basically made phones. Yeah, it was pretty crazy back in the early 2000s. But yeah, so we're going to talk about Disney phones in particular. It's just a weird, wild world full of just unique designs that I'm really impressed by and stuff. So, fun fact, I've actually had hands-on with the Disney mobile phone before. A couple of years ago, on a Japanese school trip, and it was really cool. I was just like, wow, this exists? I can't believe that this exists. It's really awesome and rad. And it's just kind of that whole Disney mobile thing. Every now and then, I just go ahead and look at it because it fascinates me. Really, it does. And I want to show you just how crazy this is. So, yeah. So from the early beginning, Disney launched this smartphone-ish. It was mostly touchscreen, but it had those like physical buttons, like those, like on the Samsungs, like the early Samsungs, like the Samsung Galaxy S6 and the S7, where like, you'd have to press buttons outside instead of using digital home button screens, like the, yeah. So, it was really interesting because this Disney mobile phone, I would say, is probably not my favorite. I think it's just like not really fantastic. If I had to put it in tier ranks, we should do that next video. We'll do that next video. Or maybe we'll do it this video. We should do it this video. So S tier rank to like F tier. Shoot, actually, I don't know. And there's also a lot of Disney mobile phones. So I'll just say if they're my favorite and stuff like that. So yeah, so this Disney mobile phone that Panasonic made wasn't really just the best. And I'm looking at it right now and I'm just like thinking, yeah, it just isn't very inspiring. It just comes in this white or pink color. And it just looks like, it seems more professional than it does fun. And that's the nice thing about Disney phones, is that they're supposed to be fun and interesting and unique to like the phone market, like that's what Disney is. They're fun, unique, and interesting, and just super like and magical in that way. But something that you might want to keep an eye on is that the Mickey Mouse silhouette, the three little things, the three circles that make the Mickey Mouse silhouette, it's actually almost on every single Disney smartphone that ever came out, like these collaborations that they made up with. Oh, may I mention, so this whole Disney mobile thing started by a company called Docomo, which is like a pretty well-known carrier network. So it's almost like, T-Mobile or AT&T. And they teamed up with Disney to make these Disney mobile phones. So yeah, thought I should let you know on that. But yeah, the first Disney mobile phone, it just wasn't really fantastic. It wasn't great. And yeah, but as time moves on, just like everything else, technology moves on. So this is the second one that I think maybe came out, probably didn't, we're just gonna pretend. So I feel like the design of this one is just a lot more just like kind of, so that's the kind of interesting thing. What would I say this looks like? This kind of makes me think of the Google Pixel. The Google Pixel, the OG Google Pixel, looks like just a combination of all sorts of materials. And it just looks like it's a beta piece of hardware, but weirdly enough, they released it to the public. This is about the same thing, except with Mickey Mouse all over it. And I don't think it's bad necessarily, because it still has Mickey Mouse, and it looks a little bit more better, I would say, than the Pixel, but it still gives me that vibe of just like stuff kind of just cobbled up all together. And then later on, they released this new Disney mobile phone, and I mean, dude, this is actually a really sick Disney mobile phone. So this one has a lot of interesting things to it. It had a little Mickey and Minnie Mouse thing that you would plug in, and it had like this RGB thing, and I think it worked with your notifications, or it worked with the music, or like a movie, or like a Disney movie that you were watching. It was pretty magical. And then on the back, you see that little Disney castle silhouette. By the way, like I should also mention, in almost every single one of these phones, the back of them has a very different thing. Either it'll have Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, or the Disneyland silhouette, and I love it. And what's really cool about this Disneyland silhouette is that it is RGB. So you know, like Asus ROG phones and like the Razer gaming phone, right? Gamer phones, they have all of this RGB stuff. Well, this was first, baby. Well, technically not. I think there was like a phone that did it first. But, I mean, this was in the early run and everybody liked it. So, yeah, it's really cool. I love the color choices, especially that blue one. It just looks so good compared to all these other phones that just don't look as great. I mean, the white one doesn't speak to me too much. It does, because, like, I mean, it kind of does at the same time because it looks pretty clean. But I would go with the blue one just because it just looks so nice. And then this is kind of the phone that I had hands-on with. It's pretty similar, but the only difference is that it had a Mickey Mouse and it had a Donald Duck and Daisy Duck. It's like giving a little kiss to each other. But this one's just the Little Mermaid. And I love it. I love this blue. Like, I just love all these soft colors. And they just look super nice. And look at it again. We still have the Mickey Mouse logo. If you've been taking a look, it's still there on almost every single phone. I think the design of this one just looks a lot more better. I still don't like the front too much, like just the earpiece and everything kind of look a little off, but otherwise it's a much more better look than the last one. But this is my personal favorite design, right here. And I mean, it just looks so good. And I love this because it has a mixture, like this Disneyland design. I feel like that this is like a Disneyland phone. If you were gonna go into the park and they were like somehow offering phone products, like they were just selling phones, this would probably be what it would look like. And I'm digging it. I would buy it. Like, it just is so cute. We have the Mickey Mouse logo, obviously in the front. I like where it's placed, by the way. And then it also has, so this is actually a really interesting phone. The screen actually mimics of a phone called the Sharp Crystal, and it's actually made by the same company, Sharp. The reason why that I bring that up is because Sharp Crystal looked super cool. Back in like 2014, they released this phone, and it was like, it almost looked like it was edge-to-edge display. So, you know how our iPhones, you know, they have the notches and whatever? Well, this was first, and it had a bezel, and it was actually pretty cool. But the weird thing was that you had to flip the phone to take a selfie. And that didn't really age well. But, I mean, I want to dig it. I still want to dig. I mean, I would want to buy this phone because it just has such a good color scheme and it just has such a cute look. I also love the wallpapers that they have on these phones. They are just so cute, especially this one. It gives me such good Disneyland vibes. Anyway, so then the next phone is, okay, so this is something interesting. LG actually combined with Docomo to make some of these phones, to dabble into this Disney Mobile thing. This is essentially sort of like an LG, so LG had a pretty, okay, so back in like 2014, they had this very similar design to like all their phones. They kind of made them all look the same, which has basically the look of the LG G3 or the LG G4. And this is basically what I would say is, this is what it is. I mean, the design isn't too particularly interesting. I mean, I'm disappointed because, number one, there is no silhouette in the back. I've always wanted a silhouette in the back of a Disney phone, and the fact that it only just says Disney Mobile is disappointing. However, the phone case that it comes with it looks actually really nice. I love the Mickey Mouse thing in that it works with the software, and I love that the little home screen clock is the, which is this, and I love it so much, and I think it's really cute. Okay, then came this LG phone. This LG phone kind of looks similar compared to, I mean, this LG phone actually looks like a very modern day type of phone. It has the rounded corners. It almost like they took an LG stylo phone from 2018, and then they just re-released it just with no stylus, a headphone jack, and I mean, I actually did have a headphone jack. What am I saying? So they kind of took an LG stylus and then they just re-released it with a little silhouette of the Disneyland castle or the Mickey Mouse. I actually don't have the photo on me right now, so that's why I'm just kind of making this up. But I know what it mostly looks like, and yeah. But this is my top favorite Disney mobile phone. Check this out. And LG made this one as well. It's this. Take a look at that. That is so cute. In the back, I don't know if you can see it. The camera is a silhouette of Mickey Mouse. That's genius. I think that is, man, you know, oh, hey, I was right. It is the Disney mobile. So I just got the last LG phone thing with the modern look to it. And it was the Disneyland logo, by the way. Thought I should mention that. But back to this one. I mean, this is so cute. This thing, so the camera on the back is a silhouette of Mickey Mouse. All these phone companies are coming out right now. They're having these weird camera looks. They have like, you know, the iPhone 12 Pro looks like a stovetop. Well, you know what? This looks like a much more better stovetop. In theory, what they should have done is that they should have taken those 3 cameras, made 2 of them smaller, put them a little close to each other, then all of a sudden we have a Mickey Mouse look. I think they should just reuse this design and make those 3 silhouettes like the cameras, the wide angle, the standard, and the telephoto. And then underneath it would be the camera flash and the microphone. And I think that would be so cute. I also really like that the Mickey Mouse silhouette at the front, which is on almost every single Disney device, isn't like a crystal texture. I love it. I think it's so cute. So yeah, that's just kind of the weird phones, the weird world of Disney phones. It's honestly really cool. I also really love the software that they come with it as well. I just think it looks really nice. That's just, I feel like that is such a Disney thing. It's not only just the look of the phone, that they want to make it as Disney-esque as possible, they also make the software of the phone as Disney-esque as possible. So yeah, I think this is so cool. I just wish that they could re-release it. I think it might just be a problem though, because some of these phones, so I didn't cover a lot of these other Disney mobile phones. You can go just search it up. It is a very interesting thing. If you have any free time to kill, just search it up. It is unique. But I feel like what some of these Disney mobile phones did, as I said throughout this video, they re-released some of the phones that they had on like they had planned or they already made, and basically they just re-released them just with a Mickey Mouse or a Disney silhouette. And I feel like that is just so cheap when you want to have, like, Disney is well known for making their own thing, making it look unique and distinctive. And so I feel like if they were just gonna do this again, they would just re-release an old phone. I would imagine if Samsung was gonna do it right now, they would probably just take a Samsung Galaxy S21, release it in a new pink or a blue model, and then just have a Disneyland silhouette and then make the software look pretty nice. And that would just be it. I honestly think, like, this is Disney. It's a pretty well-known company and they have a really good background. And so I'm just like, man, it would be better if they did that. So yeah, anyway, this has been an interesting video. I know that it's also full of me just doing a lot of random stuff, but yeah, I just hope that it sheds some interesting light on all this, because it's truly fascinating, don't you see? And so yeah, so that's the video. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you'll subscribe, share the video, and give it a like. Definitely give it a like. And if you liked it, of course, you know, your free will. And you can also comment, like, what was the most interesting Disney phone design to you? Did you like the Mickey Mouse silhouette one? What else? So yeah, if you haven't seen my other review videos, they're right over here. And yeah, so peace out.